Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I've never ever made a YouTube video before, and I thought I'd post this just to see if it resonates with anyone, if it helps anyone. If it does, fantastic, and you would like more videos, I guess, then I can go into more details and more specifics if that helps anyone. But basically, I just wanted to share a brief summary of the situation I've gone through recently. Some major traumatic, life-changing events, and it's not a woe is me kind of video. It's just this is what's helped me get through it and continuing to help me get through these developments and situations I've gone through. So this video is basically for me to put up there without a script. I've literally just talking to you now through just what's popping into my head, and to kind of offer any support and advice and hope that it can help other people through going through something similar. So a year and 10 months ago, I'm from down south initially, and I moved to where I currently am 8 years ago for various reasons with my wife and our two young children. We moved because we wanted to essentially start again and change, a new direction as a family unit. And it was the right decision for us at the time. We, myself and my now ex, decided that we were looking at career changes. We wanted new opportunities, and we thought whilst our daughters were young enough before they got sort of settled, we thought it's now or never. So we took a chance and we moved and we started over. And that's what we've been doing for the last 8 years. And then a year and 10 months ago, we were privately renting a property, and our landlord decided that he was going to sell the property. So he gave us 2 months' notice. A couple of days after that, my wife at the time then said that she was done with our relationship, that there wasn't anything for her in our marriage anymore, that it's run its course and the love's just come unstuck. And that was it. 16 years together, 14 years married, two daughters, no abuse, no, anything considered, traumatic, anything sort of considered crisis point. It wasn't anything like an affair or anything. It wasn't any sort of situation that you would stereotypically think an explosive ending to a marriage. It just literally fizzled out. And I had no idea. I didn't see it coming. About 6 months before that, I knew that we were growing distance from each other, and I just thought it was a sign of the times, economic times, financial crisis, just stress of everyday life. And I said, "Are we okay? We seem a bit distant." And she said, No, we're fine. I said, okay, and didn't think anything of it. And then it just got more and more distant. And then it obviously got to that point when our landlord decided to sell the property, when she said that she wanted to change her path and go it alone or with the girls. It completely blindsided me. I didn't see it coming. I didn't want it. I fought tooth and nail to save us, and she acknowledged that. She said, "Look, you can hold your head up high. You fought for us," because I didn't want it to change. In my mind, it was safe, it was familiar, it was home, it was my family unit, and I absolutely clung to that because I never had that growing up myself, and that meant everything to me. But evidently, through just becoming unstuck over the years, or failing to sort of appreciate what we had, and the fact that my ex is an avoidant character by nature. So every time we never had these difficult conversations, like I said, I just wrongly assumed that everything was okay and that we were ticking along. She obviously felt different, but she never communicated that to me. Whether she might say that she didn't feel able to or whatever, I don't know. I'm never going to know. She can't honestly give me an answer, which makes it even harder for the fact that we're remaining friends for the sake of our children, and for the sake of I'd rather have her in my life as a friend than not. Anyway, so that happened first of all. So we lost our house, lost the marriage, marriage breakdown, lost the property, and then we lost our cats. So she said to me, "I want to get a council house with the girls, and the best way for me to do that is for you to not be on the scene. You need to be out." So I did. I rented another place. So obviously she could move out. We had to move out anyway, but get a council property with our children. And then we had two cats. We lost them as well. They had to be put down. And then at the same time after that, I lost my job. because it was the first. That was in August. This happened, and it was a run up to Christmas, and my eldest's birthday is near Christmas, and it was the first Christmas without being a family unit for my daughter's birthday and Christmas. And then I lost my job because I was showing signs that I wasn't struggling, that I wasn't being productive in my workplace. So that really hit hard. I spent a lot of time down south, spending time reconnecting with my family, my extended family. And then the following April, I then lost my mum to double pneumonia unexpectedly. So in that time, I then lost my 16-year marriage or 16-year relationship, my house, my cats, my job, my mum, and then December just gone. Not long before that, my stepfather that I've known for 30 years. So it's been horrendous. It's been hard. But that's obviously what I've gone through. So the point of this video is to say, just hang in there. You know, I haven't gone down a path of self-destruction. I haven't gone down a path of alcohol abuse or any other kind of drug misuse. I've dug deep to still grieve, to heal, to still be dad, which again, I have a great relationship with my daughters. I have this friendship with my ex. I'm now in a council property myself. I've been fortunate enough in that regard to actually get where I am now, which I'm very grateful for, because obviously there's a lot of people that are in a lot of worse situation. But you have to dig deep. You have to keep going. You know, it's you look inwards, or you hope to look inwards. You kind of really understand. You need to understand yourself. For me, I always craved validation and reassurance because I never had it from a mum who was permanently had her own physical health issues from when we were kids, to obviously being a single mum raising us, me and my siblings, and being a childminder, so she had other children in the house. We just didn't have that. There wasn't enough love to go around, and validation and assurance. So I craved that and put that wrongly emotionally on other people to sort of make me feel better or to give me direction. And that's what you have to work on. You have to really go, okay, there's no one there now. There's no one going to save you. You have to dig deep and save yourself. You have to go, right, why I am why I am the way I am. You know, you actually look deep and you look into your childhood, and that's the first rule to understand it, is to go, right, it's because of these reasons, it's because of these reasons. Oh, that makes sense, it's because of here. Because the problem is that your mind is still in survival mode from when you were a child, of the things that you used to, coping mechanisms when you were a child, carried on through you into your adult body. So you kind of have to address those deep-rooted issues, or those deep-rooted patterns and behaviors, before you can change them and challenge them. Otherwise, it's just going to go round and round, and you would just never break the cycle. That's the first step, and just letting yourself grieve. I spent a long time trying to force myself that I was okay when I wasn't. I'm working again now. I've like I say, I've got a much stronger situation. I'm rebuilding myself. I'm rebuilding a network of friends, because obviously my family is still down south, so I don't really have anyone up here. I never spent the 8 years building a network of people, because my network, my identity was my family. And then that, in those dynamics and in that kind of context, that was taken. So now it's a case of you have to rediscover you, find out who you are, your interests, your passions. And for a long time, I didn't even know what that was, because like I say, my identity was my family. So you kind of get yourself out there, try new hobbies, try new sports. Even if you don't like it, you just go, right, I did it, I tried it. Oh, actually, I do like this, I'll keep this going. And be kind to yourself. Know that it's going to take time. Grieve. You have to grieve. You have to let it out. You have to have bad days, and don't feel worse, and don't feel bad about yourself. Don't feel like a failure. Don't feel like you've let people down. You've let yourself down. If you go through something like this that you don't see coming, this is the hardest type of trauma and grief to go through, is stuff that's unexpected. And every single thing I've gone through is unexpected. And you kind of, you beat yourself up all the time, and you go, actually, look, you dig deep and you say to yourself that I am a good person. I'm only human. I'm trying the best I can. I'm being there for my children. I'm showing up at work. I'm reinventing myself in a healthy, productive way, which is through new interests, hobbies, making friends, socializing, going for walks, getting in nature, whatever helps. Distractions, watching a film, playing on consult, whatever helps you. But that is what helps me, is looking inwards, understanding that there's a lot of people going through similar situations or worse. And be kind to yourself, treat yourself with respect, with care, do what you need to do at that time. Don't try, not like I did, try to overload yourself and you just get overwhelmed. Take a step back, take a breath, one step at a time. Say, right, what do I need right now? I need a walk, I need a bath, I need to watch a film, I need to speak to a friend. It's just little baby steps, and then eventually those steps will become bigger and you will get through it. I mean, I'm certainly not through it yet, but I'm so much stronger, and I'm in such a stronger mental mindset than I was months ago, a year ago. You keep going, and as long as you have that fight, as long as you have that drive and that belief, then you're winning. As soon as that drive and that desire goes, then you've lost. And I've been there, believe me. But that's, going down that path is a permanent solution to temporary upset and grief. And like I say, you get there, you find things to fight for, you find things to live for, and you persevere, and it does become clearer. The fog does start to lift. So again, my advice would be, get to know yourself, really get to know yourself, because that's the only way you're going to be able to move forwards and actually find peace, rather than relying on other people to find that for you and to give you that for you. You need to find that to yourself. You need to be content in yourself and allow people into your life rather than you clinging to theirs, because that just won't work. That would just repeat itself. So go down that road, go down that very, very tricky, bumpy, windy road of getting to know yourself, spending time with yourself, grieving, healing, rebuilding, and then you can start breaking those cycles, breaking those patterns, and start enjoying life again. It's not a miracle magic button. It won't magically, the world isn't full of unicorns and rainbows. Slowly things get lighter. Slowly things start, you learn to smile again. You learn to enjoy yourself from time to time. And actually it's quite foreign, because you've been in survival mode for so long. You've forgotten what it's like to feel joy and to feel and have fun. But it does come back, but you have to let it, and you have to allow it. You can't force it. You have to go through grief. You have to go through anger, denial, bargaining. You have to go through it. You have to, because if you don't go through the channels and the process safely and, deeply, you won't come out the other side healed. You'll just make this. I'm not saying that you will make the same mistakes, but there's a high likely chance that you'll just fall back into the same patterns and mistakes that you've made before. So now I'm much more aware of my surroundings, much more emotionally aware, and not to take things for granted and people for granted. All this kind of good stuff where you actually nurture your soul and nurture your being, and that's what moves you forward. That's what makes you a stronger, more capable human being, knowing that you're doing your best, and that you believe in yourself, your self-worth, your self-confidence, because all of that took a hit. I was through the floor mentally, emotionally. I was absolutely knocked for six. I was mentally through the floor, and that takes a long time to rebuild. To even try to go on dating sites, or to try to go on speed dating, or to try and make friends, or whatever else. But just be healthy. Just do things in a slow, healthy, safe manner. But you will get there. My mum used to say to me before she passed away, when I was really in a not a very good state of mind, when I was in a very bad place, she used to constantly say to me, you will get there. You will get there. And that's what I'm saying to whoever's listening to this, whether it helps. You will get there. Just believe in yourself, but give yourself time, give yourself a break, and give yourself some much needed care and attention.